Hey, it's Joe from AM590 here inside our ESPN Omaha studios. Well, yesterday marked the beginning of Huskers fall camp, but it's not just Nebraska that's getting things underway this week. A lot of other Big Ten schools, I should say, hitting the field for the first time as well. And here are a few storylines that I'm keeping an eye on, not at Nebraska, but at some other Big Ten schools. Number one, first and foremost, you're going to hear a lot about this fall, is obviously the quarterback battle at Ohio State. J.T. Barrett, Cardale Jones. Jones obviously won them a title last year. J.T. Barrett was in the Heisman race as a starter for most of the season. So who will be under center for Urban Meyer's team going to be number one priority on a lot of people's minds. Number two, though, another very interesting story to keep an eye on is Michigan State. Just how good can this team be this year? We've seen them, take some steps forward over the last couple of seasons, but this year they want to get into the college football playoff. Got to retool a little bit on defense with a new defensive coordinator now that Pat Narduzzi is at Pitt, but are they primed to take that next big step forward? Number three, of course, we talk about Mike Riley at Nebraska, but a couple of other new coaches in the league as well, whether it be Jim Harbaugh at Michigan, Paul Chryst at Wisconsin, all schools with a strong football tradition. Are they primed to rebuild in the case of Michigan or, continue the success in the case of Wisconsin? Number four, and this is one that maybe is flying a little bit under the radar, but with the Big Ten West being as open as what it is, what about Minnesota this year with Jerry Kill? I think people want to believe this team can be in contention and be good, but there's just that hesitation factor because of a couple of key players that they lost, most notably their running back, David Cobb, and also because it's Minnesota, and you just want to see them take that next step forward. So keep an eye on the Golden Gophers this fall. And then I think another story that will obviously play itself out as the season goes along. Every year there are coaches on the hot seat. And in the Big Ten this year, I think there's three key ones. Kevin Wilson at Indiana. Can they finally get back to a bowl game? Tim Beckman at Illinois facing a lot of off-the-field issues. Would a 8 or 9 win season, kind of calm those fears a little bit? If the Illini don't make a bowl game, what does the future look like for him? And then most notably here in Omaha, I think Kirk Ferentz at the University of Iowa, the pressure this year to kind of turn things around and improve over last year's campaign is very real. Got a new starting quarterback, but will that fix their offensive problems? Going to be a fun storyline to watch. All right, be sure and tune in from 2 to 6. Catch us on The Drive for AM 590 ESPN Omaha. I'm Joe Quinn.